Hey guys, Ollie here from Local Knowledge, and today I want to tell you about a new partner we have for the show. And it's a brand you definitely know, been around since the beginning of time. My earliest memories of fishing include this brand, and that's Rapala. Rapala has been making lures starting in Europe literally for over 100 years. They've got some killer designs, they've got some killer product, and I'm really excited to put this stuff through the paces here with the way that we fish. I sort of went through the catalog, being the website, and picked it apart and just tried to locate lures that really fit our Southern California, Baja applications, the kind of stuff that we use all the time. And that's what I want to talk to you about. There's a couple lures here that I'm super excited about for the early season tuna fishing, and that is going to be these long cast saltwater Xwraps. They come in a couple of different formats. One has a bill, one does not. So obviously the one with the bill is going to impart a little more action on the lure, whereas the one without is going to be a stick bait. When I'm going to use these is for that early to mid-season bluefin and even mixed yellowfin when they're foaming all over the place and we've got to play the run and gun game. We're going to spot a bird school, usually in our binoculars or even sometimes just eyeball. We're going to jump up on plane and we're going to set ourselves up upwind of that school of foaming fish and do our best to cast these lures as far as we possibly can so we can stay away from that foaming school and not push the fish down. These are heavy lures. They've got killer VMC hooks on them. They've got heavy duty rings. I'm not gonna swap out a thing. I'm gonna fish these out of the box, and I'm gonna fish these more times than not on a spinning rod. And in the case of the stick baits, the spinning rod allows me to impart extra action. As far as a rod goes, I'm gonna use a Penn Carnage, probably the popper model rod, and I'm gonna use a Penn 5500 Slammer 4. The other lures that we use a lot during that foaming phase is gonna be poppers. And we kind of start our day off with a little bit of everything rigged up on the rods. You'll see we'll have the little stick baits, we'll have a smaller popper early season, and then a lot of times we'll also have some little metal baits. And fortunately, one of Rapala's partner companies has those to offer. But these little poppers a lot of times are deadly. This is the Rapala Explode Popper. You can see big cup face. The hardware on this stuff is a no-brainer. Super heavy duty trebles. I would be just fine landing a 200-pound bluefin on this setup right here. Now, I find later on in the year that a lot of times the surface fishing we do, meaning casting to a school of fish, whether that's a foamer or a breezer, they'll start to eat a bigger lure. For whatever reason, they'll show preference. And a lot of times the bigger fish will want to eat a bigger lure. This one I have not used. This is the Skitter Pop. And this is sort of like a heavy duty take like on a classic bass lure, which has got the cup mouth that's gonna run across the surface like a fleeing bait fish. I'm absolutely sure this thing will catch fish, but I wanna verify it for myself this season. And then when they're eating those bigger baits, this is the Mac Daddy Magnum Explode Rapala Popper. This thing is gigantic. It's got gigantic hardware on it. I mean, these hooks are business. You definitely do not have to worry about your hardware on this. This is also a lure I'll use down in Mexico if I'm trying to throw at rooster fish, big pargos, any bigger fish that likes a bigger profile bait. This is gonna be our go-to for coming seasons. And then of course, the tried and true, the Xwrap. We've been fishing these forever. I know back in the day, you know, they used to just be the diver with the metal lip and the balsa body. I don't know, 15 years back or so, they went to an all ABS molded bait, which is much tougher. These things are super solid. And they've also upgraded the hooks. These are bigger, heavier duty VMC trebles. You know, if I'm fishing wahoo or other species where I don't want to deal with a treble hook, if I know there's a lot of Dorado around, for instance, and marlin, mag bay, we're gonna change these out to big singles. Something similar to this style of hook, but obviously in a much larger size. That just makes those toothy fish easier to get a hook in, a single hook pulling from a single point, and then also getting the fish to the boat. You do not want these swinging around by your hands. And obviously these come in several different sizes. This is the 40. And then these are the more classic size, the size 30 Xwrap Magnums. These things, they call them a 30 because they'll dive to 30 feet. And this is what I'm gonna troll for yellowtail, smaller tuna, man, these catch just about anything that swims. If you wanted to get crazy, you can troll them for bonita, barracuda, I mean, just about anything that you're gonna find in our local waters. So I wanna give you guys an update, kind of show you the new stuff that we're excited to try out, and give you an idea what we're gonna be fishing this year. We'll definitely report back throughout the season, and you're gonna see these used on the show, and we can talk a little bit more about techniques and stuff like that. But we're really stoked to welcome Rapala. They got an exciting product line, a lot of new baits since we've been fishing them that I can't wait to try. Maybe give them a try too this season.